Guys, Mr. TTB here. Now I know what you're thinking. You are most definitely thinking, oh my god, Chris, what have you done to your rocket? It is in 1,000 pieces. It's looking dirty. This is not mine. Well, it is mine now. I have purchased this for a very, very, very good reason. I have always wanted to try and restore yellowed bricks. So this came up. I got an absolute steal. This is not the re-release, by the way. This is the original Lego Ideas set. I cannot wait. So this was Lego Ideas set number 17. So it's quite a few years old now. But as you can see, it has seen better days. There is bound to be a couple of pieces missing. I will be able to sort that. Not an issue with all of my spares. But more importantly, I want to see if I can take this and turn it into this kind of color. So let's see if we can get it all nice and restored and rebuilt in this video. Guys, good or bad, whether it works or whether it doesn't, this video will be going out. We will see the trials and tribulations. It is 30 odd degrees out there. At point of filming, it is a warm UK summer's day. So hopefully we're going to get this stripped down into pieces. We're going to get it cleaned up because there is more dirt and grime on this than I care to admit. We're then going to get it cleaned again. So we'll do 2 cleans so it's nice and clean, ready to go into the cleaning solution that I've made. I'm going to show you guys all of that. But I just want to say, caveat at the beginning of this video, if you're still watching, is that I'm going to be using quite harsh chemicals in this. So kids, if you're watching this video, please, please, please do not try this without adult supervision. Please make sure you ask your mum and dad to help or anything like that. But just don't go in. I mean, to be fair, you shouldn't be able to pick up the chemicals I'm going to use anyway. But yeah, so guys, come with me as we try and restore this original Saturn V rocket back to its absolute glory days. Guys, so that took a bit longer than expected. So we have broken down the Saturn V into different bags. I'm gonna go and get these all kind of cleaned up now, but so you can see we've got all the coloured pieces into one, we've got all the tan pieces in another, and they are actually tan and not yellowed. We've got all the blacks in that one. Now these are all the white pieces. You will see in there that there is some severely kind of, let me just take a piece of this out just so you can get an idea of what I'm with. Actually, that one's not even too bad. Let's get right down into there and get you some of these. So we're going at pieces that are looking like this when they should be looking more like this. Show you guys that we've broken it all down. It took quite a while to get it into this. 3 manageable bags. Let's go and get it washed. Okay guys, so we've just put some soapy water in there. I'm just going to put a tiny bit more of warm hot water in there. Now my sink has got a drain plug attachment so that none of the smaller pieces will fall through. Now, most of these parts are okay. I am only going to show you, I'm not going to show you me washing them all. We are just going to chuck some of these in. Just chuck some of the tan ones in for now. You don't need to see that everything being washed. Literally, all of that feels weird. We dump it all in there, and then we get in there. Now, if you've got like a spare brush or anything like that, now these aren't too bad to be honest. There is, don't get me wrong, there's some on there that could do with a little bit of a clean. So we do have a little brush here that we've got. So we'll just get into it with a brush. Give it a little clean. Now I have got another sink at the kind of side of me here, so I am just going to put some clean water in that one. And then what I'll do is when I've kind of given the pieces a scrub, in this one, I'll give them a little wash, and then we'll dump them into the other side there. So yeah, there's a lot of pieces to go through guys. So we will leave it there. You guys don't need to watch me wash all of these pieces, but we're going to give them a good old clean, rinse them off, and maybe probably give them another good old clean. So I'll see you in about 74 hours because that's how long it's going to take to wash all of these. See you soon. Guys, so you join me outside in the glorious weather. It must be 30+ degrees out here. As you've just seen, the dogs come to join me. So what you see in front of you is 2 plastic containers. Now in this plastic container we've put all the white pieces and the grey pieces because they can go in together. That's absolutely fine. There's even printed pieces in here. That's okay. There's no stickered elements in this design though, so if you were to do this yourself, don't ever put a stickered element into the solution we're about to pour onto these pieces. You can see we've got some of the coloured pieces here. Now these don't really need it, but there's a couple of little UV spots on these, so we're just going to give them, while we're out here and the sun is absolutely baking today, so it is going to do these pieces a justice, hopefully. So 2 containers, as I've already said, whites, greys and coloureds. All the black pieces are fine, all the tan pieces are fine. What we have here is something called Nordchem hydrogen peroxide. So this is the 6% hydrogen peroxide as well. So for this you need to use a minimum of 3% and probably a maximum of 9%. I wouldn't go too much over that. So one thing about hydrogen peroxide, as I said at the beginning of the video, it is a chemical, so please be careful with it, but it is not too dangerous. Yeah, if you start drinking it, it's not going to end well, but it's not too dangerous. So being out here in these parts, it will be absolutely fine as long as you give them a good clean off. At the end of the day, when hydrogen peroxide breaks down, it just breaks down into oxygen and water pretty much. So you've not really, sorry, hydrogen and water, so you've not really got anything too much to worry about. So we're going to get this poured in. We're going to leave it out here for probably 7 or 8 hours because it is baking, and then we will come back. We'll give these all a nice big clean down, and we'll come back and hopefully we can take some of these pieces that look like that, which I know might not necessarily show because it's really bright out here, and let's see if we can get them nice and white again. Watch out, Pooch. So we're going to get this stuff in and then we're going to go from there. Right, let's get this solution in. Now a few of the pieces are going to float. I will sort that in a bit. Wow. Right, it is splashing everywhere. Let's get it into the corner. Now this is going to take quite a lot of solution, and to be fair, this table isn't flush, so I am going to have to sort this table out in a bit because otherwise it is not going to cover anything. So we're going to get about 4 litres in there. That will solve it in a minute. Let's just put some in here, just enough to get them covered. Yeah, and then the rest can go back in here. Okay, a lovely job. Right, we do just need to have a bit of a mooch around. Oh yes, perfect. All of them pieces are most definitely covered in that solution. That one there. Whew. Guys, I think we are okay. We need to turn a few of these pieces over. We don't want them being out and about. Oh, it smells lovely. Not. Always doing it in a well ventilated area as well. That is a key thing. Right, all of them yellow pieces are definitely in and buried. Whew. Obviously, put my hands in there, which is absolutely fine, but please make sure you wash your hands afterwards. It's a key thing, especially with the amount of time you just touch your face. Oh, one last little piece there needs turning over. Down you go, little squire in there. Thank you very much. Right, we're going to leave that for 7 to 8 hours, guys. Let's see how we get on. And yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can unyellow some over 10-year-old Lego pieces. Wish me luck. Guys, just wanted to pop out here quickly just for a quick update. We're at about the 3-hour mark now. It is absolutely cracking the flags out here at the homestead. And the review guys can see that. But yes, there's still some slight yellowing on some pieces, but my god, this is doing the job. Again, It's all about just making sure that them pieces are staying submerged. And again, so you can always see some of these like little oxygen bubbles. That is a good indication that it's working. And again, same with the pieces. It's looking good, folks. It is looking good. Ooh, my shadow, and get rid of that. Right, guys, I must admit it has been about a week since the footage that you've just seen took place. It has been another corking day here, to be fair though. But yeah, so it's been a week. A lot of sorting has taken place. So we have got, as you already know, the long retired NASA rocket, the Saturn V. So you guys saw briefly some of the kind of yellowed pieces, how bad and how yellowed they were. So all the pieces have now been sorted. Everything has been done. Now, if I get... So don't get me wrong, there's still a couple of yellowed pieces, but there were some pieces in here that were absolutely, like, proper yellow. So I left a piece... where has it gone? I left the piece quite close to the top to show you like just how yellow some of it had gone, and then a piece to kind of show you how good. So that was kind of, I don't know how well that's going to show up, but so bear in mind all this has been bleached. It's not bleached, but so guys, I am super happy with the result. Honestly, it has been absolutely unbelievably game-changing. So now we've just got to rebuild it. But I've already got a Saturn V. I've already got a Saturn V rocket. It's already built. It's in the other room. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do something a bit different. I can't believe I'm going to say this. We're not going to build the rocket. We're not even going to build anything to do with NASA. We're going to build an airplane. And we're going to build a big airplane. We're going to build something called a DC-10. Now, for any av geeks out there, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. For anybody that doesn't know what a DC-10 is, just watch this hyperlapse. Watch it come together. And watch how we change all of these pieces into an aeroplane. It is done. Not going to lie, that was the most strenuous 48 hours I have ever had in my Lego building career. That was unbelievable. The elements that are involved in putting a lot of this together were actually quite alien to what I'm used to. So I've got the rocket here, the original rocket. So this is the rocket I was telling you about that I already had. So this is my Saturn V rocket that I've already got, the Saturn V. And yeah, so we turned the yellow pieces into pretty white pieces. You know, there is still some elements here that have got a little bit of yellow in, a few age-related spots, shall we say. But as for the most part, it is literally night and day, as I'm sure you can tell from the beginning of the video to the end of the video in terms of the colour of the pieces. Now, so this is a McDonnell Douglas DC-10. These, the instructions I used for this were off Rebrickable. I will put the link in the description below, so you can, you know, if you've got an interest in potentially building one of these for yourselves, you can do that. What I will say is that unless you are a very, very, very competent builder, this might not be the best one for you. It was hard going, like it really was. I made some adjustments myself as the build was going. I felt like I could do things slightly differently to make it a little bit more stable, which I've managed to. It is a little bit unstable in places. You know, you'll see we've got support under the wings and there's a support under the tail. Now, you can build a stand for it to go on that sits underneath, but I don't think it would sit very well on a stand for too long. It's really tail heavy because clearly it's got this amazing engine at the back, so you can imagine the stress on the kind of plate parts at the lower level really do tell. And as soon as you take this, if I take this out, this support that you build, you can see straight away it just wants to go because of that's how heavy it is at the rear. So let's just get this support plate back in. But from a display point of view, it will sit like this all day long. Not quite sure where it's going to go or where it's going to fit, but we work with that. We work with that. So yes, Saturn V, McDonnell Douglas DC-10. As things go, I'm going to say this is 100% the most challenging thing I have ever built. Like, genuinely, it really is. The instructions were really good, but there was definitely some elements in there that that I struggled with massively. But hey, we got there. It took me probably about, including part sorting, I would say 18, 19 hours total. Some of that I did on a live though, so you know I was interacting and talking with people at the same time. But then yesterday I got my head down. We pulled a 10-hour stint yesterday and pretty much got it boxed off. Finished it off a little bit this morning with the wings, but yeah. So a little bit of back and forward, a little bit of to-ing and fro-in. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I just don't know. Oh, I have no idea where Mrs. L's going to let me put it because it's massive. It is massive. The footprint of the thing is huge. At least with the rocket. The rocket, you know, obviously I've disassembled it because it wouldn't fit in shot. But at least with the rocket, it's got a pretty small footprint, you know, and it can stand vertically. Or even if it was on top of the fireplace like we used to have it, it takes up quite a small footprint. Whereas this thing, oh God, I don't quite know. I don't actually think I've got anywhere at all in the house for it to go right now. That is my problem to work with. And I need to convince the wife that we might need another unit or something to put it on. But yeah, so guys, thank you so much for kind of coming along with me on this journey. At the outset of this video, I had no intention of building a plane or anything other than potentially building the Saturn again, because, you know, I've already got one, but I wanted to do the original Lego Ideas one. And the more I thought about it, I was like, do you know what? Why not? I've built that. The only difference between this one and the older one, the 2016-2017 release, is they changed a single part. So that then it wasn't a Lego Ideas model, it was a re-release model. And I thought, I built that, and it looks amazing. So I thought I could have built the Saturn 5B. I could have maybe built the Saturn 2, but there would have been so many kind of pieces left over. So I thought, do you know what? I saw the instructions for this, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to do it. I've got to try. A lot of the comments were like, don't bother, it's too fiddly, it falls apart too easy. You know, there's some almost illegal building techniques in there, and there's not. There was at one point, and I changed it, which is fine. But to be fair, I've absolutely loved it, and hopefully you guys have as well. So you've now seen how we take bricks that are really, really badly UV damaged. We have shown you how to bleach them to bring them back to their kind of almost white. Some of them I haven't taken to it too well. Could have maybe done another bath, swapped them around, got them a bit more sun. It all depends on how much UV hits them particular pieces whilst it's in that hydrogen peroxide bath. So we've done that. We've then taken the parts, we've sorted them with the help of my amazing wife. We sorted them into 39 different bags, all by colours, obviously, because there's no real build by bag structure when it comes to rebrickables when you're talking about 2,000 pieces. And we turned it into this. Excuse me, Mr. Rocket. Don't want to knock you about. And we've turned it into this. So I am utterly made up. There is one slight thing I am going to order for this. So on the inside of here, there is space to put 31 red chairs. And you can put between 30 and 40 minifigures inside the fuselage. So it's minifigure scale. Almost, give or take. So for me, I think it needs to be done. Can you imagine just opening the top of this and having like a load of stormtroopers inside it or something like that, or a load of just random minifigs, maybe Homer sat at the front because he's gone on his holidays. But yeah, so guys, if you've enjoyed this, please drop a comment below. Let me know if you've liked this type of content. Let me know if you'd like to see me do some more rebrickables. I've got a few other rebrickables I want to do. That don't, I mean, I must admit they don't involve anything quite this intense and in-depth, but yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys have too. So yeah, we've gone from start to finish, and this is it, guys. We are done. I'm a little bit sad. It's been a really nice weekend of just building. It's been a while since I just sat there and built for 10 hours straight, not conversing. It was quite nice. Whew. Right guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next one.